Hi guys, I'm Bejcon, and this is In Real Life with Bejcon. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today is that my vacation is finally over, sadly enough. So I've been on vacation since New Year's Eve, so I'm gonna start working again on the 21st of January. So I'm looking forward to it because I like my job, but also I'm not looking forward to it because I like sleeping in and I like gaming a lot and that good stuff. But I have some vacation left to take out before March, so I'm probably gonna take another week in the end of February or something like that to do more video content and perhaps stream some more. We're gonna go through some questions from YouTube that I've gotten that I haven't had the shot of answering yet because there's just been a lot to do other than sitting at the computer actually the last couple of days. Matthias asks, did you touch any antennas with your penis since last time we spoke? In Sweden it's called ollning, and the answer is very shortly and easy, no, I did not. I haven't done so since like 2010. That was the last time I touched an antenna with my penis. Moving on, Henrik asked, will you resume your podcast anytime soon? So for those of you who didn't know, me and my neighbor actually, we had a podcast like a year back called Livets mjuka värden. In English I guess it's like the soft values in life, where we just talked, you know, about random stuff, about girls and, you know, nights out and all that kind of good stuff. And we just drank way too much whiskey. It was really fun doing it, but none of us really had the time. And well, nowadays we don't really talk that much, so I'm probably not gonna do the podcast. You know, it could come back, you never know. But at this point in time, I feel like I want to put my time and effort into making YouTube videos instead for you guys, so you can watch pretty much the same content in YouTube in like a short enough version. And if you have any specific questions you want to ask me to hear, you know, funny stories from Greece or whatever it might be, you can always watch as we do record this live, and, you know, I'll shout it out here and I can answer your questions here in Real Life with Bejcon. We have another question from Swedish Infection, and it's not really a question, but he has wrote a comment on one of my Hearthstone videos saying Hearthstone is the only good thing you've ever done, period. So someone could interpret that as something bad, but I mean, I really like it, of course, because I'm gonna do a lot more Hearthstone stuff, because I'm kind of into Hearthstone right now, so I want to play more, and obviously by playing more I can do more video content. So I guess that's really good, man. Thank you. Will old school game night come back? So this is a question I've had like every other day for either Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, or any other, you know, media preference. I have like friends texting me and, you know, asking me when I bump into them, like, when are you gonna do that game thing again? So old school game night that we did, me, my little brother Carl, Ludde, Pontus, and Rich. We pretty much gathered up a bunch of people in my apartment. We hooked up my computer to my television, we put in video cards that you guys helped me get from the very beginning, and then Ludde brought like 12 different video game consoles, you know, from Nintendo 8-bit to Nintendo 64, we had like PlayStations, we had Segas, we had like every freaking console. I've never seen so many consoles. And then we played a bunch of different games, like indie games and classic games. That people could, like in the stream, in the live stream, you guys could vote on what games we played. And we had a lot of like drinking competitions, and, you know, we played Wii sports games. It was awesome. I had such a good time recording it, and I believe and I really hope that you guys also had a good time watching the show. We had about between 200 and 480 viewers pretty much at all times through like 2 or 3 days, almost 3 days. So we had a great time, and the answer to your question, or, you know, to all of your questions, is we are going to do old school game night again. I've said this before, but as time progresses, we, you know, make way towards the next old school game night. It's probably going to be in the summer or in the end of the summer. I know that's a while to go, but this time around, I really want to do it, you know, awesome. I want to do it even better than it was last time. So what we are looking into now is perhaps even producing it in like a studio environment. I mean, nothing is sure yet. So like, we are going to do it, definitely. You know, worst case scenario, it's gonna be like last time. We're gonna be in my living room and, you know, just do it home style. But we are looking into doing it in a studio as well, which, you know, would make it easier for us, and it would also probably help us get better sponsors and we could give out more stuff to you guys. We had the meme competition last time. In the video of this recording, I could put up some of the memes over here that we had in the meme competition, for example, where we gave out the Cupid keyboard. So that was pretty sweet. But Old School Game Night will be coming back. Moving on from the questions, I've done my second show, or my second episode of my Fragbite show, Bejcon Besöker, which translates to Bacon Visits. So the second part of that show is online on Fragbite right now as we're speaking. I think it's gotten like 1,800 views, something like that, and people seem to appreciate it. I thought it turned out good, but it was only 3.5 minutes. So I wanted to make it like 5 to 10 minutes, like 8 maybe. So I'm a little disappointed on that. And also something like the sound guy kind of fucked up the sound in some way. So I'm very disappointed about that. But other than that, like the image is super crisp, and we found funny people to interview once more. So yeah, I like that. So if you haven't seen Bejcon Besöker Part 2 yet, where we go to Hötorget in Stockholm, you can go to fragbite.com and check that out. It's pretty much somewhere on the front page. You'll see a picture of you know, this ugly face here, and you know where to go from there. It's in Swedish though, I should warn you guys. So what we want to do now is actually take some questions from the actual live stream. We have a couple of old school viewers here. We have Chinias Bengt, we have Billan, we even have our very own German Rainy Monday. So Mexlern is asking, are we gonna buy a lot of alcohol before next Old School Game Night? And the answer to that is, of course, yes, we're gonna buy shitloads of alcohol. That's the good thing about doing it in a studio, because if we get more money from sponsors, we can buy more awesome stuff and we can just do more awesome things. So definitely yes to that question. MacroXD is pretty much just giving me a hint here. I don't think it's a question really, but he says it would be cool of you to stream with the viewers and like play with the viewers and record that and, you know, release that as YouTube content. And I totally agree with you, man. We did it all the time from the summer of 2012 when we streamed like 15 hours every day. So we really did that. I want to do that again. I have like an idea if maybe I'm gonna turn Sundays that I'm often off of work. I'm not always off of work. I work some Sundays because I'm in retail. But if I'm off of work Sundays, maybe I'm gonna make Sundays like a stream day, like Sunday stream day or something like that, and, you know, only play with viewers. I haven't really decided, but I really like your suggestion, and I want to play more with you guys and, you know, interact more with you guys, because let's face it, I have no friends anyway, so I have to play with someone. Cybotten is asking, how did you get a Twitch partnership, Bacon? Basically, back in 2012, I was thinking about starting a live stream, but I hadn't. I had the account for live stream just pretty much to comment on other live streams, as I was watching a lot of streams. Like, I was watching a shit lot of streams. So I had an account to watch streams, but I didn't have an account to stream. I was thinking about starting something. Then I went to DreamHack with Fragbite, and me and Rich was like pause entertainment for 3 or 4 days during DreamHack, and we had like 10,000 viewers pretty much consistently through 3 days. And like, we had more viewers when we were talking in between the actual Counter-Strike games than like watching the actual games. Not in the finals and stuff, of course, but like the normal games that didn't really matter, we had more viewers on us than on the games, which was, you know, super awesome, because you got to be silly on camera and people seemed to like it. So from that moment on, I decided to start streaming. And since I know both Pontus and Rich, you know, privately, they had good contacts at Twitch, so they just hooked me up with a partner account the day I decided to start streaming, pretty much. Although I should mention that, like, I mean, we have about 1,400 subscribers on Twitch right now in the Bacon army, and you don't really make any money off Twitch or on YouTube or anything. Like, since I relaunched my YouTube channel, I'm partner on YouTube as well. I've maybe earned like, I don't know, 25 kroners perhaps, something like that. And like, I rarely ever, I mean, I never do commercials anymore on Twitch. Like, there's no reason to do commercials if you have like less than 500 viewers. That's just stupid. Like, looking back at the summer of 2012, when we live streamed a lot, we had around 200 to 350 viewers, like always. We had at least 200 anyway. And like, I tried doing commercials like once every hour for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. We had like commercial breaks, and I really tried, you know, every here and there point in commercials. generated pretty much nothing. I made like 5 kroners an hour streaming 15 hours a day. So the partnership, while it's nice to have, it doesn't really matter until you have like 10,000 subscribers approximately, so that you can have like consistently a couple of hundred viewers. But it's nice to have, and I got it through like my contact guy on Fragbite. I would say that's probably how I got it, because I got an email to someone, or you know, someone sent an email for me, or not really sure. Bejcon is asking, will you have a lot of chicks the next old school game night? The answer I would like to give is, of course, yeah, hell yeah, man, we're gonna have loads of chicks in old school game night, but I'm not really sure. Obviously, I want to have girls there, and yet again, if we can do this in like a studio or something, which would be freaking awesome, that inclines, you know, it being easier getting both sponsors and chicks. And you know, I don't know, if no chicks want to come, if we have a lot of cash, maybe we can. No, never mind, I'm not gonna finish that thought. ReefXX is asking, what are you guys gonna play during old school game night? And well, today, obviously, we don't really know that. It's probably gonna be mostly video games and not so much computer games. It's probably gonna be like only video games. I'm ready to say that, actually. Like the Wii games and, you know, balance games and stuff, definitely gonna be some of that stuff because it looks so funny on camera. And then, you know, my friend Ludde, we met yesterday. We're out having a beer, and I asked him, like, how many video games do you actually own right now? Like, how many games do you have? And he was like, yeah, approximately 300 to 400 game titles. The guy has between 300 and 400 freaking games for video game consoles. So he's like constantly buying games off of eBay, like, oh, I don't have this game, I'm gonna buy it. So he has like maybe 15 consoles in total now, I think, different consoles, and he has like 2 of some of them. Just like 2 or maybe 3 Super Nintendos, because he needed some games and they didn't want to sell only the games, so he had to buy the console and the games. So he has like US versions of consoles and like Korean versions or Swedish versions, EU versions, I don't know half of it. So I don't know what games we're gonna play, but there are gonna be a lot of games to choose from. And you know, last time we had like 50 games, and every time when we were going to play a game, we took like one Nintendo 8-bit game, we took one 64 game, and we took one like Sega game, and then you guys could vote on what game you wanted to see. And obviously people could always, you know, the chat could always interact with us, because we obviously wanted to play games that you guys wanted to see. So stay tuned for the next old school game night, and you can definitely be a part of you know, saying what we're gonna play as we're doing it live. Macro XD is asking, sorry if I haven't caught this yet, but when are you gonna play The Walking Dead Season 2? So I'm definitely gonna play The Walking Dead Season 2. I just haven't had money enough to buy it yet, because I bought a lot of other games, and I bought a lot of stuff that doesn't really have anything with the stream to do. I bought like 2 chairs for my dinner table, and I bought like, you know, the silly stuff, like a crock pot long cooker stew thingy. We're gonna make sure to make that happen during 2014. That's all I can promise, but it's gonna happen probably sooner than later. The next question is from Rainy Monday. Did you try out the DayZ standalone yet? Standalone. No, I have not tried out the DayZ standalone yet. I am definitely going to sooner or later, but yet again, I just don't have the money to do it right now. And DayZ, like the normal DayZ or the first one we tried, it's so complicated getting everything set up and, you know, all of that stuff. This is probably super easy, but I dread to have to like configure stuff and set it up and all of that stuff. So that's pretty much why I haven't played it yet. But I probably will, because people like the old DayZ, and you know, we had a lot of good times playing DayZ with all the viewers. All of you guys, that is. The Bejcon army. What's your favorite game at this point in time? Is it Hearthstone? Asks Bring Emil. And yeah, right now it's probably Hearthstone. I didn't really think I would like Hearthstone at all. I was like really anti-Hearthstone. When I saw it, when Blizzard presented it, like, I don't know, a year back or something, I was really like bummed out. I was like, okay, so shit, this is the new Blizzard game? What the But now that I got to try it, thanks to Minidrek and Albin, you guys are awesome. Man, I'm so hooked, because you don't have to have like the reflexes and like that, like you do in an FPS game or in a strategic game like StarCraft. You don't have to have all that finger reflexes stuff. You can just think and use your brain, which hopefully hasn't gotten too slow yet, and you can still, you know, be really good at the game. and it's just so relaxing playing Hearthstone. So you can be like at a top level or at a high level, which I like, and you can still own noobs in the face, and you can still be kind of relaxed playing it. So it's like the best casual game ever. So my answer to that question would definitely be Hearthstone as my favorite game right now. Bejcon is asking another pretty cool question actually. Is old school game night gonna be in English or in Swedish? And at this point in time, like, I wanna do it in English because of the YouTube channel and all of that stuff, but I think that I'm gonna keep my YouTube channel in English, but hopefully I'm gonna do old school game night in Swedish. I feel like right now, obviously this can change and nothing's written in stone, but what I feel right now is, since we're gonna be like 5 to 10 Swedish people having a good time and drinking and stuff, Swedish is just a natural choice. It would feel so much better. But like thinking out of like a viewer perspective, I think everybody would understand Swedish, would understand English as well if we did it in English. And you know, doing it in Swedish, we kind of limit ourselves to having maybe tops 2,000 viewers. I'd say tops. But doing it in English and having like, you know, Fragbite backup or whatever we could have, maybe we can do it with, you know, 5 or 10,000 viewers. So that would be, you know, a huge bump for the brand Bejcon, if you guys get what I mean. So I want to really do it in Swedish, from speaking from the heart, but we could do it in English as well. I'm not really sure. It depends on what the sponsors say also, if we get any sponsors. If they're like, you know, we want to be in this, but it has to be international, well, then we're just gonna do it in English. I can assure you guys, it's gonna be good either way. However we do it, whatever language we do it in, it's gonna be good either way. Because, I mean, we're the same people, we're the same persons, we're still gonna laugh at the same silly stuff. And who knows, when we get shit-faced, we might talk Swedish anyway. As most of you guys know by now, I worked in Greece for like 4 years, and I've done a lot of weird stuff in Greece, I guess. I had a good time. So what could we tell you? I'll share one Greek story. Maybe we have one that we can actually include in the YouTube video as well. Okay, I know this pretty funny story. This one time, when we were at the clubs, the places I ran, one of our friends, or one of our sales guys, I'm not gonna mention him by name, but one of our sales guys like really wanted to hook up with a girl that evening. Like, obviously everybody did every evening, but this evening I guess he wanted to hook up even more than usual. So me and the other guy ran the clubs with, and a third guy, yeah, pretty much the three of us, perhaps a fourth person, was still at the clubs, just pretty much waiting for the time to go so we could close. So we were sober pretty much. And this guy, let's call him Marcus, he was still at the club. He had like a day off the day after, and you know, he was drinking and, you know, trying to chase tail. Didn't really work out. So in the end, he finds this girl, and this girl she works at like a travel agency. She works at Thomas Cook or Ving, or perhaps Apollo, one of those three. Let's just say she wasn't the prettiest of all the girls that he could have found, you know. She was just meh. But I mean, he was happy, she was happy, they seemed to be, you know, making out in the bar and stuff, so we were just, you know, happy for them. Good for him, right? So we didn't say anything or, you know, be jerks or anything. The thing is, Marcus's apartment was right above our clubs. So it was literally, the club entrance was here and his apartment was here, with like a balcony looking down on the street where he can like see us as well. So sooner or later, he, you know, gets in with the girl and he's like, yeah, you should definitely sleep at my place, or blah blah blah, you know, whatever he said. And she bought this. So they just go around the corner and go up to the apartment, and we're just, you know, pretty much laughing, like, he's too drunk probably to realize who he's going home with right now, because this person is not like super good looking, and they're not gonna go home in a week. They're gonna stay in Greece, obviously, because they also work here. So he's pretty much gonna be stuck with someone perhaps that he doesn't want to be with, you know, more than once. That's what we see. Okay, that's the general, you know, thing here. So we're pretty much just joking about that, laughing. You know, 5 minutes in, the door to their balcony opens, and this is where the fun starts. So this girl, blonde fatty, comes out to the balcony, and she's pretty much, you know, like, she's also shit-faced. Like, he was super drunk, but she was fucking shit faced. She didn't even know what her name was, pretty much. She comes out to the balcony, like eyes, you know, oh, where the fuck am I, pretty much. And like looks around and like looks down to the street, and you can see from down to the street where we're standing, we can see how her mind is like, how the fuck did I get up here? Pretty much. Then she like goes into the apartment again. Then Marcus comes out in like only his underwear, and he's like this. And he like looks down at us and he's like, I'm ready to get down. I'm ready to get down with this girl. I'm gonna nail stuff tonight, you know, super happy. Because, you know, he achieved this impossible, in his mind, impossible task. So he's like super happy. He goes in again. 5 minutes passes by. The girl comes out again. She still has all her clothes on. She looks even more drunk this time than the first time. She like bends over the balcony and like pukes, like this huge like cascade puke. Like it's lost like a rainbow, like that, down on the street. Hits like 2 people in the head, 2 random, poor fucking random ass guys get the puke in their head. Luckily enough, they are also really drunk and don't really understand where the liquid came from. So they're looking in to see if someone like threw water at them or something. And we were standing like this. What the fuck has happened, you know, and dying from laughing so hard because it looks insane. But there are also like a lot of other people going on the road and, you know, coming in and out of the clubs. It's still like peak hour, like 3 a.m. So, you know, there's not only us and the drunk guys who got the puke on them. So that's the first part of the story. 2 guys gets like totally puked on from above, like an airstrike. But they don't really realize this, and they just, you know, continue partying. And, you know, one of them goes like and hugging a girl, and she's like, ah. And I'm like, that girl's totally hugging a guy who has puke all in his hair. So they go away. But obviously this girl just super puked. Then it's, you know, 10 seconds after this, our friend comes out to the balcony, stands between a girl, like holds his arm around her, and looks down at us and like, you know, fuck yeah, I'm gonna nail this. Then he turns around and they just start making out like crazy. She's like trying to eat him and he's like trying to eat her up. And she just puked like 25 seconds ago. And the best part is, when she came out the second time, I had my cell phone up, like my old Sony Ericsson, and I got it all on tape when she puked. And I got it all on tape, the guys who were hit with the puke. Then he walks in, then we don't see them anymore. We like keep rewatching the video, like rewind, play, oh my god, rewind, play, oh my god. So the day after, on like the sales morning meeting, he could have actually even been working the day after, because we started the sales meetings at 12. So the day after at the sales meeting, obviously I showed this video to everybody, like where she super pukes, and then he comes out like 15 seconds later and like, yeah, I'm totally nailing this, and just starts kissing her and stuff. So yeah, that was freaking hilarious. So I hope you liked that story, guys. Before we end this part of In Real Life with Bejcon, I just want to plug, shamelessly as always, plug the 9th episode of Outlast. You will see the video annotation right on my side here, on your left hand side, I guess, and you can click it to watch the latest Outlast part number 9. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. This is In Real Life with Bejcon. I am, of course, Bejcon, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace to fudge out. Whoop, whoop. Come along.